Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. It is an honor to be presenter in this International Journal Seminar, First International Conference on Child Education, Elementary School Teacher Education Study Program or PTSD. Hi, my name is Syawala Putra, student of Elementary School Teacher Education Study Program or PTSD, Faculty of Teaching and Education, Muhammadiyah University of Purwokerto. The paper title is Implementation of Learning Model Teams Games Tournament or TGT to Improve Students' Motivation and Achievement. This is what my research has been looking at. First is introduction. The background of my research is first, to improve the quality of student learning, it is not only the teacher or educator who has a role, but it is necessary to realize that motivation to learn is an important aspect of one's educational success. The second, the lack of innovation in learning methods causes students to be unenthusiastic in participating in the learning process. Third, learning activities that are still centered on the teacher make students tend to be passive. And fourth, low learning motivation has an impact on student achievement. The research problem formulation is how to increase the motivation and learning achievement of class 6th grade students at SD Negeri 1 Teluk in learning Dem Egg My Earth by using a learning model Teams Games Tournament. This problem arises because there are challenges in creating a fun learning environment and motivating students to be active in learning. By applying the learning model Teams Games Tournament, this study seeks to find effective methods in increasing student motivation and achieving better achievement in learning the term Egg My Earth in Class 6 SD Negeri 1 Teluk. So this is cooperative learning type Teams Games Tournament or TGT. Learning model Teams Games Tournament or TGT is a cooperative approach where students work together with classmates who have different abilities, gender, and race to achieve points in learning, and students are divided into several groups consisting 4 until 6 students heterogeneously. The second is motivation to learn. Motivation is a work up to additional training to achieve a goal. Hence, motivation to learn is the driving force or main impetus for people who complete learning exercise to be more persistent in finding ways to achieve better performance. And next is learning achievement. Learning achievement is one of the results that can be achieved in the learning process. Learning activities and learning achievement are closely related and difficult to separate. Learning is a process and achievement is the result. So it is impossible to separate learning achievement from learning activities. The next slide and is research methods. This research focused on 6th grade students at SD Negeri 1 Teluk, which consists of 19 students. In that class, there were 9 male students and 10 female students. The method used in this study was classroom exchange research, which was carried out through several cycles using the Canis and McTaggart models. Each cycle consists of 2 meetings. The research process was carried out through four main stages, namely planning, action, observation, and reflection. Based on the scoring criteria that have been made, calculate the average number of scores. How to calculate the average questionnaire using the following formula. Here is the following formula. X mean average value, and then sum of all score per number of subjects. And the next, student learning achievement data were analyzed based on the assessment guidelines that had been made, calculating student scores, class average scores, and learning completeness with the following formula. 1. Student value. The following formula is that. And second, grade point average. And third, mastery learning. So, sudden learning motivation increases if the percentage reaches the classification. Score more 3.4 to 4.2, and the success rate of student learning will increase if more than or at least 80% of the total number of students achieve or exceeds an evaluation score of more than or same with 70 according to the minimum competence criteria or KKM. Next is result and discussion. This research lasted for 2 cycles, with 2 meetings in each cycle. In each cycle, some tasks are carried out such as planning, implementing, observing, and reflecting. Toward the start of the learning action, the teacher explains the material on them egg my earth, and shoot them to three earth, sun and moon. At the end of each cycle, an evaluation test was carried out to assess the level of completeness achieved. At the same time, a motivational questionnaire was given to students to measure their level of learning motivation. Researchers and teachers work together to reflect on the learning process that has been carried out after the evaluation test. Here is the table 1 is the qualification of student. I'm sorry, is the comparison of average cycle 1 evaluation values and cycle 2 evaluation values. Here is the result aspect cycle 1 evaluation value, cycle 2 evaluation value, and red the cycle 1 evaluation value is 73.7385, and the cycle 2 evaluation value is with score was 85.68. As shown in the table above, the evaluation score for cycle 1 averaged 73.7385 with 65.79% completeness, while in cycle 2 the average score was 85.68 with 92.1% completeness. And the second table is the result of motivation. The tables and figures presented show an increase in student learning motivation. In cycle 1, the average score of learning motivation is 3.29, which can be categorized as not good. However, in cycle 2, the average score increased to 3.80, which was included in the good category. The study proved that the TGT learning model succeeds in increasing student motivation and engagement. The results show that there was a change in the learning level of students in the class. And the last is conclusion. The motivation score was not good in cycle 1 by obtaining 3.29. Then it increased in cycle 2 to 3.80 in the good category. Student achievement has increased as seen from the value change between cycle 1 and 2. In cycle 1, the average score was 73.785 with a completeness level of 65.79%. Then increased in cycle 2 with an average of 85.68 with a completeness level of 92.1%. Theoretical implication: the results of this study can contribute to the development of learning theory, especially in the context of implementing the TGT learning model. This can enrich the understanding of the effectiveness of the learning model in increasing student motivation and achievement. And then practical implication. The findings of this study serve as a basis for policymakers at the school or educational institution level to consider implementing the TGT learning model as an effective alternative in improving student learning outcomes. Another practical implication is considering motivational factors in the learning process. Teachers can pay attention to ways to increase student motivation, such as using games, team collaboration, and awarding to create a more motivating learning environment. That's all my presentation. Thank you for your nice attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.